Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Crivit Freespool Fishing Reel 5000S model, which I bought yesterday from Lidl Supermarket here in the UK. So first of all, let's take a look at the box. So you get a 3-year warranty. I think that's pretty impressive, a 3-year warranty on a reel which actually cost me £14.99. And this is for a nice big Baitrunner style carp reel or big fish reel. And it says it's for carp, eel and zander. So in other words, it's for the larger fish, pretty much mainly for carp. So what else does it say on the box? It has a folding crank with soft touch handle. So that's a nice feature. The crank actually folds in, and I'll show you that in a moment. Gear ratio is 5.5 to 1, and it has 4 ball bearings, precision free spool system, and infinite one-way clutch with anti-reverse lock. So £14.99, that is a very cheap Baitrunner reel in my opinion. So let's take a look inside. So for £14.99, what do you get? So you get the reel. So first thing to note, you don't get a spare spool, you just get the spool that is on the reel. So I was talking about that folding crank. You can see here, instead of having to twizzle this knob on the other side to make the handle come out, it's got a folding feature and it will lock into place like so, and then to unlock it you press the button and it will fold back in on itself. That's a nice feature. It just helps to make things faster when you're putting your tackle away. All you have to do is, you're fishing and then you put it away, press the button, fold it up, and it's ready to put into a reel case. So there's your little folding crank. Very cool little feature, especially on a cheap reel like this one. For the handle, it's got a nice big handle with a rubber grip at the end with the branding here. Nice chunky rubber grip. That's great if you're fishing at distance and you want to play a larger fish. You've got, because a lot of bigger reels like this have a kind of double handle on them, and I don't really like those. This one's got a nice big grip here, and you can also use your thumb to kind of just help you a little bit if you want. Lots of leverage there. So the handle feels good. This part here is actually metal, so it's not plastic. So the whole mechanism here, this part and this part is metal, and then you've got this rubbery grip at the top. So that's pretty good to me, I would say. So going on to the rest of the reel, the main body is plastic, and overall it feels quite heavy and quite solid. The bail arm is quite thick, nice thick piece of metal, and it's quite sturdy. That's good. And you can flick it yourself when turning the handle. Going around the back, you have the Baitrunner feature. So you've got the front drag here for playing the fish, so you can set that front drag. So let's say I want to catch 15-pound carp. Tighten this up nice and tight so that when we play the fish we've got some control there. So that's set, and then we can flick the bail arm, the Baitrunner switch at the back, and then we're going on to the reverse, the rear drag here. I'll just set that in a moment. So that's already set nice and loose. I like mine to be a little bit tighter than that. Not the other way. So that's fine. It's got a rubbery grip. Of course it's not premium, but it's fine, it will do the job. Doesn't look too bad at all. So we've got our Baitrunner feature here, and that will allow the fish to run, and then you can pick the rod up, flick the bail arm and go onto the front drag, and there you have some resistance to play the fish. So that seems to work perfectly fine. So the next thing we'll look at is the anti-reverse lock button, and that is underneath. Flick that and we have the anti-reverse, and it's good because it doesn't play at all, so there's no backwards whatsoever. I've had reels in the past and they'll go back slightly. The handle will go back slightly. This one doesn't, just instantly locks. And another thing to note is that I've recently done another review on one of these reels, a smaller one. So if you'd like to see that, I'll leave the link for that video in the description box below. So that is good, the anti-reverse. Flick it back and we can backwind if you like to do that. I don't really like to do that myself. I prefer to rely on the drag. Nice big aluminium spool. So now we're going to take a look at the spool. I'll just remove it. Okay, what's held on? The spool is held on by the this plastic nut thing. So let's look at the spool. If you're interested in looking at the line capacity on here, I'll just show that to the camera so you can see. Okay, so it's quite a deep spool. It will hold a fair amount of line. It says it has hyper balance. Not sure what that means. And it's quite heavy, quite well made, nice colour scheme. It's got these holes in it too, and I can't really say anything bad about that. I've got a set of Baitrunner reels that cost me over twice as much as this one, so I've got a pair and they were over double the price, and to be honest, I don't really think they're any better than this one. If they are, they're very slightly better, but there's nothing really in it. So a good quality spool, I would say there. Nothing bad to say about that. If you like the red, that's great. I think I would have preferred like dark grey, or I don't know, another colour of silver here, but I don't mind the red really either. It's okay. So the spool, pretty good. So now we can just take a quick look at what else you get in here. So you just get a piece of paper, which is the instructions, and you can go on a PDF. You can scan that on your phone, and you can get a PDF on your phone of the instructions. And that is it really. And there's some information here on how to use the reel, which is nice. How to use the Baitrunner, how to add line to your reel, things like that. And there's a little schematic or like a breakdown of all the parts in the reel too, if you're interested in that. Okay, so that is about it for this quick unboxing and review of this reel. I'm going to be using it this summer. I've bought this as kind of a backup. I have a pair of Baitrunners already, but sometimes I might want to go out with one rod, and I could just take this because I've got my two Baitrunners set up on their rods already in a rod bag. So when I go carp fishing, I'll take my two rod setup. So if I just want to go out with a single rod, going out for big fish like carp, this would be good for catfish too, I suppose. I probably wouldn't recommend catching things sort of 40s, 50s on this, but anything up to 25, 30 pound, you know, just your average big fish, 10, 20 pound, I'm sure it'll be fine for that. It does feel good quality, and I've bought reels in the past for more than this and they haven't been as good. So in this day and age, with all the inflation that's going on, I think $14.99 for this is excellent. And if you're in Lidl shopping, you know, this summer, pick one of these up, why not? It's quite a large reel, but if you're into your bigger fish, it's great for that. You could probably just put some £10, £12 or £15 line on here and you're good to go. It's got reasonable build quality. I think even for a reel of twice the price, it's pretty good build quality in my opinion. So I don't have any negative points to say about it. I'm not too keen on the red, but that's just my personal, you know, that's just me. I don't mind it, but I'd rather if it was like a dark green or a dark blue, but that doesn't matter. So everything considered, I would recommend one of these. I think it looks pretty good, and I'm sure it's going to do well, even if it only lasts a year or two. It's even got the 3-year warranty on the box anyway, so you can't really go wrong. I'm going to be using it this summer for some carp fishing, and I might get some footage of that and let you know how it fares. So if you found this video useful, Please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more fishing related content. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.